In Tartarus, at the deepest level of the underworld, there was an even more enormous and darker prison. Zeus and his brothers descended further into this deep abyss alongside the Cyclops brothers. Soon, they came upon a prison far larger than the one where the Cyclopes had been held. Inside that colossal cage was their uncle, the Hecatonchus, a massive giant with 100 arms. Zeus and his brothers approached the Hecatonchus, but at that moment, a monstrous guardian of the underworld appeared before them, Cerberus, the giant three-headed wolf, blocking their path. Cerberus was ferocious beyond measure. The Cyclops, standing behind them, said, "Let's see what you're made of. Try to subdue him." However, Cerberus's strength was overwhelming. The Cyclops remarked, "It seems you lack proper weapons. Follow me to another chamber first." He led them to a grand armory deep within the prison. There he bestowed upon them divine weapons, a mighty trident for Poseidon, the helm of invisibility for Hades, and a lightning spear for Zeus. "With these weapons," said the Cyclops, "you'll be able to defeat Cerberus with ease." Armed with these powerful gifts, Poseidon swiftly and effortlessly subdued Cerberus in a single strike. Just then, a portal opened, and Hera appeared. "The Olympus temple is in grave danger," she urged. "Hurry back at once." Zeus replied, "Go on ahead with Hera, Hades, and Poseidon. Leave through the portal. I will stay to free our uncle, the Hecatonchus, and then follow you to the surface." At his words, Poseidon and Hades left through the portal with Hera without delay. The situation at the Olympus temple had grown even more dire. Cronus's army had completely surrounded the temple, and the only ones left to defend it were Zeus's sisters, Demeter, the goddess of harvest, and Hestia, the goddess of the hearth. To make matters worse, Hestia also had to protect Demeter, who had no combat ability at all. Hestia could not recklessly attack with her flames, because using fire so close to the temple might harm her own sister, and the flames could also set the sacred temple itself ablaze. Fortunately, Hera, Poseidon, and Hades quickly arrived through a portal just in time. By the time they came, Hestia and Demeter were completely surrounded by the army of Cronus, yet the two sisters refused to give up. They held on to hope. "If we can endure just a little longer, our brothers will return to save us. If Zeus comes back from the underworld with our uncles, the Hecatonchus and the Cyclopes, then there might be a chance to win this war." But the enemy was far too many for just the two of them to withstand. Finally, Poseidon reached the gates of the temple. From a distance, he saw Demeter and Hestia trapped in the midst of Cronus's army. Without hesitation, Poseidon charged forward, eager not only to rescue his sisters but also to test the power of the mighty trident that their uncle had given him. The weapon's power was overwhelming. With a single strike, he summoned a wave of storms and roaring tides that knocked down the powerful soldiers of Cronus all at once. On another side of the battlefield, Hades, wearing the helm of invisibility that had been gifted to him, was devising his own way to save Demeter and Hestia. He too wanted to test the helm's powers. When Hades suddenly appeared out of nowhere, in the middle of the enemy camp, the commander of the enemy forces was stunned. With a single blow, Hades struck him down and then vanished again. The helm's abilities allowed Hades to become invisible, teleport instantly, and greatly enhance his combat strength. Using these powers, Hades began to strike fear into Cronus's army. He targeted only the strongest commanders, appearing out of nowhere to defeat them one by one, throwing the enemy ranks into chaos. From afar, Cronus himself watched the battles of Hades and Poseidon. Puzzled by these sudden, extraordinary abilities, he quickly realized he needed to regain control before his army fell apart. Calling upon Crius, he summoned two of his Titan siblings, Oceanus, the god of the seas, and Tethys, the goddess of rivers and streams. The married Titan couple appeared before him. Cronus looked at Oceanus and said, "You shared the same power over the waters. Go and subdue Poseidon, and make sure to take that trident from him." Cronus ordered them firmly, "Do not come back without taking that trident from him." Thanks to the timely return of Hades and Poseidon, the Olympus temple narrowly avoided destruction that day. But there was no sign that this war would end anytime soon.